Share.
Ага. А він бачить нас?
Okay, so does it mean that you can see
Yes, we can see.
my desktop, right?
Yes.
Pharo?
Yes.
And can you see us? The
No. Oh, yeah, maybe I click here.
Do you see?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Nice. So, yeah, here I can see. So we don't need this.
Ще одну людину.
Can we wait like for one more person to?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'm ready, so whenever you want, I can. No, let me specification. Yeah.
Окей, ну ви зрозуміли, так?
Так, дякую.
Пуск керування польоту.
Окей, дякую. So Juraj, are you a PhD student of Alex?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe can you tell us like in few words about yourself, because like.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm from the Czech Republic.
Okay.
And yeah, I came to Chile in 2013 to study PhD with Alex Berchel. Everyone knows him, maybe from ESUC or something like that.
Yeah. You know him.
Yeah.
And
another professor of mine is Romain Rose. Currently lives in Bolzano in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have two supervisors actually, not just one. And
what exactly is your PhD topic?
Well, my PhD topic is about, well, I combine two fields. One is like program comprehension, and in a live programming environment. And another one, I'm actually going to explain at the beginning. And another one is communication, like developer communication, how to improve the communication between developers and you to ask and answer. And this is another part of the talk of today. I'm going to present and to show some examples. Well, in terms of research, we recently did like one very nice achievement of a paper which is called Road to Live Programming. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we see.
From the practice, which I'm going to present like in May to Sweden. We are doing all of us. And it's one of the first. Oh, not the first, but the nice thing that we, in one sentence, we say that the Pharo has a significant features to understand source code, to understand issues, because the developers or participants of that study, we gave them like a task, like to develop something, to fix something, like let's say that Nautilus was broken. Nautilus is this browser, and let's say do something, that kind of task. And we just observe how they did it, and yeah, there was quite nice results in terms of comparing like live programming features and for example Eclipse IDE. And the another we did before, even like with even more people. Maybe Andrej Chis to the Kirba and Alex Sira, the author or one of the author of blog.
Yeah, you know them.
And even those guys also did the spotter like a few years ago in this search tool. And yeah, we did a study how it is used. So because yeah, we had no idea if people will use it the way like we intended, like we tried, we wanted. And so this paper describes, like, analyze the data. You know, we collect the data, or we used to collect data of the, you know, if you do system browser, if you browse it that way, you object, and then you ask for the break. So this is like navigation, like user interactions with the spotter. We record those data and we then analyze it globally with all the data, how it is used. And yeah, one thing so this is like another research we did. And yeah, and the other one, which is I will talk today.
So I think we can start with that because everyone is here.
Okay, so yeah, so I did it. Yeah, so I studied at the University of Chile, which is in Santiago. There are like two big universities in Chile. One is University de Chile of Chile, and one is actually very similar name, like Catholic
Ukrainian.
University.
It's Ukrainian Catholic University.
Yeah, something like that. And they have like, but they don't use Chilean. They use, I think that it's called just Catholic University. And so those two universities are, I don't know, and with a good state of research. And well, so everyone knows what is Discord, right? Or should I say it?
Well, most of us we are connected to Discord, right? How?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm studying medicine.
Okay. So yeah, we know what Discord is.
Okay, so yeah, Discord is like this chat service the Pharo community use to discuss.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that there used to be some like Ukraine channel, but it disappeared.
Yes, it's private.
It's private, so I just don't see it. Okay, so it still exists. Okay, so you use it. So we did some integration of that client or of that service, Discord service in Pharo, which is like the final point of this presentation. Can you see the presentation?
Yes.
Is it fine? Okay, I can close this and is it? Yeah. And yes, so I will explain why we did it, and then I will show some basic examples how to use it in terms of webhooks. So I will explain what's it, and in terms of bot or client API, and then I will show some in a okay, so the first motivation I focused on this. Like, you know, if you are already experienced in live programming and familiar with Pharo, you may notice that developing, for example, in Eclipse, or do you know Eclipse?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
A bit. So if I use this term or this ID, then so if you already know are experienced in Pharo and maybe in Eclipse or another similar tool, you may notice that there are some difference how someone can develop in Pharo comparing to the other development environments. Yeah, basically there's like certain that live programming frees developers from the edit compiler loop and allows people to interact with running programs very easily. We have very nice like inspectors, GT inspectors, which can be extended in any way. We have here just one example of message tally, which is a profile. It can give different views. Or another, like a debugger extension is also very nice. For example, if you have a trouble with the parser, you don't have to, dive into like next and parse on. The stack is full of the parse on messages, so it's hard to understand where is an issue. If a parser doesn't work, you have a very nice extension that helps. And there are other extensions for other use cases. So once you have the experience with this live programming environment and you really like it and you take advantage of it, you may notice that whenever you need to ask, because always someone reaches the point that needs to ask someone, like there is no connection. You just switch from your Pharo image to, let's say, talk about Discord, and you just select iceberg and you start to write. So it's very simple. There is no much integration and interaction. Like the liveness or the live programming experience disappears whenever you switch between Pharo to, for example, to Discord, or it can be connected to email or to Slack and yeah. So yeah, we are like exploring these situations, how to bring the liveness, which means like live programming experience, to the communication. Yeah, we started just with Discord because Pharo community is on Discord. And well, so this is the motivation. And so whenever you want to ask me, just like ask, don't wait. Well, so first I will show some basic API examples. First for the webhook. Do you have the idea what is webhook? Let's say here I have the integration with the GitHub.
Okay.
It sends notification whenever a commit appears on my repository, or it can be even other information like did someone start.
I'm sorry, I have a question. Were you the one who created all these bots on Discord, like on Pharo Discord? The GitHub bot and the mailing list bot? Like
yeah, this is, what's your question? Sorry, I didn't get it.
Like, were you the person who created all these bots on Pharo Discord?
Where do you create it?
No,
well,
I'm asking if you created them, because I remember we had like Pharo mailing list and it was like immediately posting to Discord. It's not active now, but
I understand it. It's actually, yeah, it was done by bot, and I will, in the next step.
okay.
This is what you see there in Pharo. Was called Lighthouse. It was made by Kilon, but he left the community because for his projects the Pharo was not suitable, and so but he did it using a bot. But for this you need a server where some bot is a simple application, like server application which receives the data, analyze them, and sends the data. It means sends the message. So that's the Lighthouse used to receive data about email notifications and post it to the Pharo or to the Discord channels, which it doesn't exist anymore. Because the developer disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the webhook is a light way of a bot. It doesn't have much options to do. It can just write messages. It can't read. It can't do any other. Just write messages, which is good that it has very simple UI. It's easy to set up. So to make a new webhook, you just simply go to you have to be administrator. So you go to the channel. I will show it on my server because here I'm administrator, so I can do anything. But you go to any channel you want, and there is a webhook, and you just create one. Yeah, you can create a name. You can decide in which channel it can be. It can post the messaging list and do other fancy stuff. The important thing is this webhook URL, which I just copied, and you save it. And now I can message. And now I can start to play with this. So here I have a very simple example, which I'm going to show in a code. I hope you can.
Could you make it bigger?
Yeah, I don't know how.
Probably no.
Fonts. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, I'm not sure, if all applications are suitable for larger fonts. Can you see this?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Yeah, so this is the URL I just obtained from the Discord. And the most easiest message you can do is just use the webhook client, pass the URL and pass the message and send it. So if I do this, no, here you can see the message. So it's very simple and very low effort, like API service. You can do the Discord offers more services like attachments, so I can do, like, for example, here a message that I can avoid means like the whole Pharo screen or desktop. So if I do execute this, you can see that I changed the name, I changed the logo, and I attached a screen of the Pharo itself. Yeah, is it clear?
Yes, but this DS webhook client, is it part of some package? How can we install it?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have this slide, the last one. Yeah, it's on GitHub.
Okay.
And like my name, my surname, and Discord SV. What I'm going to present is not released yet, so it's not in the master repository. It will happen in a couple of hours. So if you want to play with this now, right now, you have to add something like this. Just you have to load.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the important thing is dev, because it means dev master, dev much. Yeah, this it will. Yeah, the previous version is also in the catalog. I have to update this. So yeah, I will change it like during my afternoon, during your night. I will change it, and it will be possible to just go to the Pharo project catalog and install it. Yeah, I need a couple of steps before I do this.
I will just share this script on Discord so you can continue.
Okay. Yeah, you can download it. It's just necessary to add this there. And so if you want to play right now, then do this. Okay, so we were right here. The example. Okay. Yeah, actually the messages on Discord can have a lot of options, like to make them nice. And yeah, I'm not going to explain the details, but you can see that I can have a color on the side which can mean something. I can have a title, I can have a description, messages, even like the icon below, which is like footer and footer. And I can have even a few more options to make it nice. You will see later some other things in other examples. So yeah, it's useful for bots and to make the message more clear. If you go to here, for example, the GitHub integration use different colors for different like actions. And yeah, it has links to the source code itself. Okay. If you know Russell here.
Yeah, we had our previous meeting about Russell.
Okay, nice. Then Alex has a Russell script of the day. So, and he posts this actually using the webhook. So we did a small integration that he just click on a button. I will show a very similar scenario later. And he posts these things like the unified form. So for that reason, it has always the same structure, the screenshot at the end.
And how about the AI script of the day? Is it the same?
Yeah, this is.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, because it's I think it's we did together this thing because it was the first time that Alex was playing with the Discord API. Discord, and then he did this by himself because it's the same thing. It was necessary to do, and so he used the webhook client for both things to post these things easily and fast. So this is one use case I know about. Another use case I am aware of because another guy in Chile who used to study has a company which has a service on a server, and he wanted to be notified about some states or some issues or what happens on his server. And yeah, he decided to try to use this code integration because you have a client on the cell phones, and so you can be notified easily about whatever you need to be notified. So I have very simple scenario which like somehow simulates simulates the idea of this. So there is in the Pharo there is a Zinc server, you know, the
Yes.
yeah, you know about it.
Miroslav is doing some work with it.
Okay, great. So I will start it, and I will introduce like a bug here that it will from time to time it will do zero divide exception arise, and instead of doing an action, and yes, this should work. Okay, and you know if I ask the server, you know, you can see that there is an internal server error which I receive. And let's say that I want to be notified about that kind of issues like immediately, so I can subscribe to the announcement. And here I use again like this webhook client, so I pass the URL. Yeah, I fill the message and I send it. So I do this. I hopefully it will work. So the first was fine. Was fine. I do not have errors. Okay, so there is the demo fails, but let's again. Stop. Let's try it again. Yeah, already receives errors. So yeah, so when the exception happens, yeah, I receive this issue. I don't know how to do this. Yeah, I try to send the object also, but I don't know why it failed. Doesn't matter. So yeah, was it clear the idea, despite the fact that I have the issue in the demo?
Yeah, it was.
Can I? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So yeah, this is the idea that you can even use it for the server to be notified about any kind of events you need to be notified. And
like for example, when we were doing this with mailing list, like the thing that Kilon did. So every time, for example, I submitted a letter for Pharo users, it sent some notification and then it was published, right? So then Zinc server was listening to these notifications.
Yeah, I think if I remember well, there is a forum world.
Yes.
How is it called? World ST?
It's World Forum ST.
Yeah, forum. Okay. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah, if you do something like XML, something like that, you can receive the content of the messages, of the last few messages. I didn't see it here. Maybe here. What is it? Just subscribe. There is an option that you can receive like the content of the channel, no, of the mailing list in a XML format. This is what I remember. And so then you can easily parse it and you can just post it. So if I remember, in that case, you are asking about posting the messages from mailing list. It was done the way that this Lighthouse server or bot, I don't know, every 20 minutes or every hour ask for this XML file. He parsed it and pushed it to the Discord. It was not done like by push notification. Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Okay, so does it answer your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think the source code is still available like here. So you can it was written in Python, but it just
But why don't you like restart this bot? Like why was it closed?
it was closed because Kiln left. It was written in Python, and I don't know. We can. It seems that no one really needed those kind of things. I don't know. Like this question, good question for the community is if we want this back or not. Like from my personal view, like having these notification about messages in mailing list wasn't necessary for me because I'm reading both of them, so I don't need to be notified like twice about the same thing. But yeah, there was a very nice option, which I'm going to say, like as a next one, that you ask something like what is RASA or what is Zinj, and that bot was able to say, hey, RASA is visualization framework, and you can see more information on that link or something like that. I think that part was nice and useful, and hopefully it will be restarted by someone at some point. The time that the Lighthouse exists, we had no Pharo integration of Discord. So yeah, and as the guy wrote it in Python, I think no one was interested to maintain it. So this is like it's happened that way. And here you can see in the source code that this is like the way that if you ask for this XML file, you receive like a few messages or recent messages from developers, mailing lists and users, and then you just parse it and then send it as an embed object. Like very similar, but in the Python style of API. Yeah, so I'm not going to do steps how to create a bot. If you prefer a video, then you can find the previous tech talk I did in November, or you can just use these slides, which you click on this web page and you create a bot. You need this client ID. You need to define permissions, which means like if that bot can read messages, write messages, delete messages, or there is like plenty of things that you can allow or disable. And by having this, you just install the bot as a standard client. It appears here in this, in the list of the users, but it has just like bots like notification that everyone knows that this bot is not user. In the Pharo community, we don't have any bots. All of them are users. So here's a few of them for testing. And yeah, once you have it, you can do pretty much the same you can do in the standard client. So you need a token which similar to the URL I use for the webhook, and then you can ask for all the servers, the bot can listen to, or you can send the messages in the API for sending messages, the same I showed just before, and you can do other stuffs. I think the one thing where it could be very useful is really having a bot which listens to the messages on the chat and answers some common questions. So if someone asks how can I install block, user say that user who asked this, I have to wait that another guy answering. It can be done by the bot because the answer is always the same for that kind of question.
I have a question about this. So, for example, if I create a new library, let's say a data frame, and I want to make this bot understand like where to find my documentation and how to suggest it to users, how do I add it as like?
This bot doesn't exist. I'm just pushing the idea.
Okay.
So if we have maybe like next semester, but I can't promise it. And a new PhD student will come to Chile, and it seems that he might be interested in like artificial intelligence, so he might try to do something close to this. So it's like for the volunteer. Like the API for writing those kind of bots we have already, and so it's just like if you want to do what we used to have with the Lighthouse, you need a server, you need a database, and like to develop application. In the November, I showed very simple a bot which was able to answer like the question who is the expert in something. It was a very simplified demo. So here, if I wrote who is the expert in playground, the bot answers. You may ask developers, and there was like a list of developers.
Wow.
With this source code still exists, so there is just example. I skip it for today. The execution. Once you have, can you read this, or is it too small?
It's too small.
I go put it. Where is it? Better.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so you need to connect. Once you connect, you listen for, or you receive all the notifications which are done like this announcement in Pharo. So there is an announcement like message announcement. It means like a new message or message update. You can edit the message if you do some mistakes. And yeah, then there was like expected question which just received the message content and sent the answer if there is another object for sending answers. I'm not going to details of the source code, but it's very simplistic because it was like parsing the message, and if it started who is expert in, then it took this word and it found that there is like a computed list of experts, which used to be done in, if you go to any like here, version. Here you can see that the author of this method is Stashenko. So I took this information for all the messages or for all for the classes, I don't remember. Yeah, for the messages. And I collected it per package. So this is how it's done. Yeah, you can later check this source code if you really want to play with this. Okay, so can I go to the next part? Yeah, any question? Okay. So then I did a client, which means like in order to be able to have external client inside, I did the API, which can receive the email as a password. This is very similar what you have to put if you want to log in the browser or the client. And well, I don't have an API for it, but API, sorry, I don't have a UI. So no. No. I have GT Inspector extension that simplifies, that shows some more things. So, well, the sending is really simple. I have a client, I send a message, which is select, and I can do a bunch of things like, so here it's very simplistic message, which I can send, and it's received here. Who's the expert in kernel? Yeah. Currently, I don't. In the previous talk, I had the bot installed, so the bot answered that question. And okay, and if I just inspect the client, you can see that I am registered in several servers. One of them is Pharo for the users topic. So if I go to move, I can see even the nicer way, and I can read them. Okay, this Sparta is still in the development, so our block, so it's happens some errors. And yeah, I have a members, it should work, and I direct messages. It means if I go here, like those messages I could read too. Well, this is like just a brief overview of the API. And I would prefer to just show the integration on the user level if you agree about it. Okay, so yeah, here's the first example. Okay, so let's say that I have this JSON string which represents a rectangle. The rectangle has origin and corner, and I'm writing the parser for it using a neo-JSON library for parsing JSON or writing JSON. And you can see that I can't do it if there is a null, if there is a number. Oh, it should be no, it should be like this. I can do it, but it's even complicated. So I'm not going to write right now. So yeah, I don't know how to parse this. If there is a null object.
Maybe a string, like string of point.
No, it has to be done as an object because it doesn't matter. So if I doing this, I can't really parse it. And let's say that I have no idea how to change this mapping to be able to parse it. That I need to I need this. So I can, the one idea, is to ask on the Discord, and the way I did it, so the error is here. I just click on this, like the Discord icon, and I can ask, like, hi, should I modify the mapping? Be able to that's it. No, and I can add the screenshot, which by default usually, and I can also adjust like let's say of the debugger. I could, yeah, even add a source code which is unnecessary for now, and I can add the code snippet itself, which is used. Yeah, I will show why it's useful, and I can post it. Yeah, I can post it even. Yeah, I'm using the the testing account, so I'm not on Pharo. So I will put it just here, and I can send it. Okay. And if I go here, you can see that here is the question, no?
Mm-hmm.
And there is a code snippet. There is some extra information which I feel might be useful in some cases, like to know on which system or on which Pharo the guy who's asking did it. And there is the screenshots, as I choose both of them, like the playground and the exception, the debugger, it appears here. So this is the way how someone can ask. And also there is the option to load this source code in a Pharo by clicking on this load in Pharo, which there is a web page with some explanation. The important thing is that there is a code snippet, which if I load in another Pharo, I'll just execute it. It will load the necessary information, which is encoded in here in this thing, and it opens new playground with exactly the same code here. So yeah. So now I can modify it as a user, and I could send it directly. So I will add what is necessary to add, which is like a point. So this is what is necessary to do to be able to parse it. So now I can parse it. And I receive I don't know if you can see it because maybe does this work? Can you see it bigger now?
No.
No? Okay, so it just works for me, not for you. Okay. So I have finally I have a object rectangle which is origin nil coordinate, which in that case doesn't work. No, if I do this. So I just change the parts. So now I can do the same thing I did in this white Pharo, and I can click here, and let's say I can highlight this to be easier visible in the screenshot, and I can see and I can write a message like use. Hello, new message, and I can send it to and yeah, as a receiver again, I can see the message again in the same format as it was before. well, in that case, I could just copy paste this because it's very simple and the script is not big, it's not large. If it's a large script, then I will just do the same thing, that I will click on load in Pharo. I will go to my Pharo image and I load it and I have it here. And I can execute it and it works. So this is one like a scenario how I could ask and how I could even answer someone's question that way. So was it clear, that scenario?
Yes.
Okay.
I have several questions.
Yeah.
First one, is it already being used or are you just developing it?
It was used for a couple of weeks by a few guys because we are just in the testing. I haven't released. And why do you ask? Or what's the
Because well, it seems very useful, so it would be cool to have it in like general use.
Yeah, this is what I'm going to talk at the end of of my talk. When I have like 3 other things to show how it can be used, and then I will give you some other explanation of what you are asking about. Because this integration is new, so there are no new users yet, and hopefully I will have some, or we will have some, because I think it's good to try it, and so I will go back to your question like in a few minutes, if you don't mind. Okay, so where is the set? I could, for example, show the animations. Okay, I'm going to close this. I need this. And okay, so no, let's say that I just developed this. No, I'm not the developer of this, but I use it for this demo. There's very nice animations, which if I want to show it, I don't know how to show it in Basic. I could do like screen recording, but the video is hard to share anywhere, so you could convert it to GIF, etc. So to be able to do it easier, in the same icon, in the same window, let's open it. Here you can see that I have the add animated GIF screenshot. So I do this, and I do start recording, which I first have to select the area of the record. Now it's recording. So I keep it, and now I stop it. The viewer is very simplistic for now, but here I can just using this slider, I can check that it's recorded that I want. For sure it will be improved in the future, but now I can send it, so check this cool animation, and I send it, and you can see that it is GIF which is animated. So it's useful, if you are playing with the animations, this is one way to use it. If you don't play with the animations, I have another use case where I think it's useful. Let's say that I want to show a few steps how to send a private message using is content, I mean, programmatically sent, not using user interface. So what I can do with the fit like this is do the same. Start recording. Select the area of the playground. Now it's recording, so I can start to play. So I can show that by executing this, that inspector appears, and I can do like directionals. Here's my name, so I can select it. There are already existing messages. But if I go, oh, so members. No, it's okay. Hopefully, source. It's so I can do content. Right. So I just and I can stop animation. So I just wanted to show the few steps to someone how to use something, and I used the animated GIF recording. So yeah, it's bigger, so it takes time. Oh, it doesn't crash.
And can maybe I missed this part, but can I send a message to a specific channel?
Yeah, you can by specific to a specific person.
No, like channel or person.
Yeah.
Let's start with channel. So for
Yeah,
example,
this is.
if I want to send to Polymath.
Sorry.
Like if I want to send to Polymath channel or to AI channel.
Yeah, you can to any channel. I'm just as I'm using yeah, well I can change it. And I'm using a fake account, so now I can't see Pharo. But well, I will show you in few steps. So here I can send it to servers or to direct messages. Well, yeah. I will show you in the next demo. So I will just send this example. Oh, okay. So, and I will go back to your question. Yeah, if you can see that's already animated. So this is one way to use the GIFs, I think, to show something. Okay, so I'm not going to. Yeah, we saw it already. So to answer your question, maybe the best thing I can do.
I think these animations will be really helpful, like when we ask questions.
Yeah, I hope so. See, yeah, this is my standard account. If I do this, okay. So now I should have. Now I have two accounts here, which is not standard, but I don't know, one usually needs it. But, this one is my standard account I have on the Discord on Pharo. And here you can see the Pharo. And here you can see welcome, general. So this is, I think, maybe answers the question, right?
Yeah, it does. And for example, yeah, a direct message.
And direct messages, yeah, here.
So for example, you send a message to me?
Yeah, all playgrounds, yeah, let's say. Yeah, let's say send it as it is. Yeah, you should receive
Yeah, I got it.
some. And you should be able to load it in.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
it's okay, but it's not animated. It's like just
It's not what?
it's not animated. It's just a picture.
Yeah, it's I sent. I
Ah,
haven't
okay,
sent
okay.
information. I can do it again if you want. Okay, I have one animation I will send it to you because this is the scripting I already showed, and I will send this message to you. So, and another example where it could be used, let's say to inform about issues, like I introduced the bug in the Nautilus that if I try to click on the class that I want to show, it doesn't work. It shows that something doesn't work. So, currently there is no. The only way to open this dialog is going to the playground. It's for sure. We will need another options. But what I can do now is animated GIF, what I did before. Start recording, and I could show this, and I can say click here, and I do class. We show the error, and I could stop it, and hopefully, you need to diagnose it better. There is an error in Nautilus. Something like that. So, and hopefully you receive it like that. And
yeah, and it's animated.
It shows something. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately the mouse is not visible currently. In that scenario it might be a bit issue, but everything is improving. So this is like, if you just summarize the integration, the main integration is that around the playground currently. I felt that right starting the work from the playground seems like important for me. We will see. Maybe other guys will show me the other ways to develop software. And show the scenario where you can ask just the basic question how to change this script to work, to fit to my needs, and the way to answer it. Then I showed the way to share some animations. And another the scripting, that in terms of whole background, I showed just a few steps, or to say the reporting the bug, just showing the UI when it happens. And this is, that's it what I wanted to show today. So,
I have a question about your last minute. So, would it be possible for me, for example, to set up such service that every time someone gets an error, for example, with data frame, I get a notification about it?
Definitely. Definitely, you can do it. You have to.
I mean, first, I need just the errors from one library, like just specific errors, and second, I need errors from other users, like without them knowing that these errors are sent. So instead of asking them to click and send the error report, I wanted to be sent automatically. Can it be done?
So, do you want to? Are you asking how to do it, or just want to know if it's possible?
If it's possible, and will we be doing it in the future?
Uh, well, it is possible, and you can do it. The simplest way is having, for example, here I have a Discord ST usage channel, which is, yeah, in a few minutes, yeah, I'll go back to the initial question about how to spread this tool. And here I have the information when a tool is used and when it's so it says that guy sent a message with he included the image, he included the screenshot, he included that package or not, and he did it in Pharo 6. This is what I needed for the research evaluation. So once my research will finish, I will remove that part. But this is exactly what you want to do, right?
Yeah, I'm curious if like other developers who like create some libraries, if they can track how users use these libraries and what errors they have, like what mistakes they make, what if they find the API confusing, and so on.
Yeah, it can be used. The easiest way to do it, I show it with the webhook, I think, because for the webhook, the only thing you need is the URL. You just be careful that this URL, if you put it to your application, you potentially someone can use it and spam you. But the only thing that guy could do is just like send you more messages. So there is the only that's issue. So you have to create a webhook. Let's say this one. It's like this one. I have two of them, and I just send what I want to send, like the message. It can be a screenshot, or it can be I have a few more things. Entity in general, entities means in the Zinch, like anything that belongs to an entity. There's a few things you can, like the byte array, multi-part, streaming entity, string, and I don't know what is this. So anything what's supported by the Zinch client. And well, I don't know what to say more. Like if you want, if you have a concrete scenario, we can sit together.
Okay.
Because I think this is the best way to answer your need. Another way, just like it doesn't belong to Discord, there is like even recorder which exists. I think like maybe for 3 years in Pharo, which is used for collecting data and sending data, like anonymous data. The nice thing of this is that you have the privacy option here, send or not send. And so if someone really can't send data, which usually happens if there are guys who work from the bank companies, from the bank companies you can't send anything outside. So even if you promise it's everything anonymous, you can't anything. So in that way, they just disable this and the event recorder accept this. So this is maybe another thing you could consider to use. And then, it was used by Quality Assistant, by Juraj, who used it also for his research. It's for for the spotter, still use the paper I mentioned at the beginning. And so we can analyze how people use the spotter or how people use the event quality assistant. And it sends like every 20 minutes to a server, and you can download it from the server and analyze it. This is another way to collect data about usage, tool usage, about your. So you can choose both of them. It's really up to you, depending on maybe on the data you want to collect. If it's screenshots or text or some objects, I don't know. Yeah, but we can like sit with your concrete project and we can check what fits better to you. So and back to the question of Miroslava, if I remember well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you asked about if there are users who already use it. Currently, we tried like with maybe 4 people who develops who are like everyday developers, and they use it in some use cases. So yeah, it was useful that they reported some bug fixes and some, for example, these animated GIF was the idea of another guy. I had no idea it would be useful. He just asked me, it would be nice to have animated GIFs inside. So this is like one result of these, that the other guys use it. And they reported messages. So now I'm like starting in a couple of hours or on Monday. As I'm a PhD student, I develop something and now I have to evaluate it in the research way. And then I could conclude my research. And for that, I actually asked. Like a couple of weeks ago, or like 2 weeks ago, if he could participate in a study which is going to start on Monday, and it will take like 2 months. But whenever you develop, you will work as usual. But whenever you want to ask, like for example, ask about the examples, or maybe you will find out another use cases, you will try to use this integration. And the guys who decided to participate. And so yeah, apart that I showed you what I did, yeah, I could invite you to participating also if you are interested. And I just, yeah, as I said, the involvement in that 2 months study is to install this tool, and you attempt to use it during your software development. And yeah, in addition, we will just like once a week, we will ask you like a few questions. It's like 5 minutes questionnaire, and that's also you will, in this questionnaire you will report, I don't use it because it's not useful, or I use it, or I propose to add another feature, or I miss this. So this is like kind of the study. So it's really lightweight study in terms of the developer. Just what I showed like in that presentation. So if you agree to participate, you can just write me on the Discord, on the email, and I will send you information soon, like the details. Now I'm finishing the documentation and other few steps that I can send it to the guys who already accepted to participate in the study. So this is what I want to also like add as a conclusion. I don't know if hopefully this study helps to spread this tool to answer to your question, because we will see what's happening. sometimes hard to have a tool that people will start to use it or to change the behavior. It's sometimes harder and takes time. So I don't know if you have more concrete questions compared to what you wanted to ask before, Miroslava.
Well, you just
Oh.
said that in a few hours or like in a few days you were going to move it to the master branch, not the development branch.
Exactly. I'm going to move it to master, and I have to finish like documentation because what I showed you, I do not have documentation for it. So this is what I'm going to finish, and then then it will be available in the master page. Yeah. And if you want
Yeah,
more
it would be
details,
cool if you let us know when you did that, like when you have the whole documentation ready. So then we could definitely have a look.
sure. I just like need to know how to connect, how to get in contact with you. Like
Well,
maybe
I will talk with everyone, and then I will send you like the Discord names or whatever you need.
yeah, the mentions so I can
Yeah.
discuss. Yeah, like because I'm not sure. No, just like um,
I have one more question regarding these webhooks and bots. So you said that you have to be an admin of a channel in order to use a webhook. But
yeah, exactly.
is there a way for admins to grant this access to other people? So, for example, if like the members of our club, if they want to try writing some webhooks, writing some bots, and but they are not all admins of some channels. So, can we share this access somehow? Can we what can we do to to overcome this?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can check the Pharo server.
Okay.
There are and there are channel admins. Actually, today I asked for a Discord SP channel.
Uh-huh.
So it's going to be part of, to be able to answer questions and maybe. And because of that, I am since couple of hours, like 2 hours, I am admin channel. So I can do this, I can change this, I can create webhooks. But if I, for example, show you that I'm also like there is a server about the Discord API where I could ask, and I can't do this, if I don't have the options to do preferences.
So as an admin, can you give this access to other people?
Exactly, and there is I'm not sure if I can do this, but if I do here, server settings, privacy settings, no, rows. Yeah, you can set up roles. Like for example, I think I haven't studied this because I don't maintain any server. It's just mine, which is just mine. And you can see this admin too is a role, I guess. This channel admin is a role, and it means that you put you decide as the administrator of the server what the role is allowed to do. If it's allowed to just write messages or read messages or create new channels or delete old channels. So you can really decide this. And based on based on your needs, you can create different roles with different permissions, and you can just assign people to all those roles. This is how you can do it. Or in terms of the bots, you can do it by yourself. Because to add a bot, it's just like you do this just once. You go here. in that link, and you create new app, you can export, create client ID. I think, yeah, you have to do this. Yes, do it. And now here you have a token which is important for you because this is what you have to use, in that API, which was, we put here bot token and connect. Currently, you need to do a few more steps. It means you have to go here, which is go to. And you somehow have to decide what can be done, like general permission, like if it's going to be administrator, it can do manage servers, manage roles, manage lot of bunch of things, and bunch of things about the add reactions, mentions, voice permissions.
But we must ask someone to do this for us because we don't have the success, right?
You can create these. Those steps I just did it. Anyone can do it because it's just creating an application.
Okay, but the permissions.
But in the next step, which I will show you, you need the client ID, which you put here. Let's say this submit messages, something like that, whatever you want, and you click here. And now, as you can see, I am not the administrator of a Pharo server, so I don't have an option here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want a bot in a Pharo server, you have to, you have to set up all those things. You have to copy paste this and ask, like who is the administrator, Esteban or Ben Coman?
Mm-hmm.
Could you allow these bots in the Pharo or something like that?
Look, in our club we have several students, like first-year students, and in their programming course, they have like the course project related to APIs and so on. So in this context, it would probably be interesting for them to try out all these examples with webhooks and so on, and with Discord API. So Yuri is like the admin of our Smalltalk UA channel. It's like a private channel. So can he give access to all our members to use this API on this channel? Or is it something like only Esteban can do?
I personally don't know.
And also like, can we give this access to many people, or should we make them like, or is it only available for admins?
I think you're maybe mixing two things. Which I'm not sure.
Yeah, perhaps.
If I understand it well. One thing is to allow to install a bot, which I don't think. So that is good to allow to many people, because allowing installing bots is the whole to the system. Because as you can see, the permission of a bot can be the bot can even delete the server. So it's a bit dangerous to give it to anyone, So for that reason, about the installing, like clicking on this, being able to click on this and choose it for Pharo, I don't think it's a good idea to that anyone can do it. You should think it's like maybe if I don't know, do you need it to have to be on the Pharo server? or maybe you can create a new one.
Well,
No,
perhaps
here
you
you
can,
can-
but it would be interesting, for example, like let's say we have Andriy, and if he could try posting something to our like Smalltalk UA channel using Pharo, using this API, and if he could create some like use webhooks because without being the admin.
Okay, just a second. Like, you take also okay, sorry. Well, in that case, does he needs the read messages or just the post messages?
Probably just post.
Okay, so if the need is just the post messages, the best way is to use webhooks.
Mm-hmm.
Because webhook is really lightweight and the only permission it has is a post message to one specific channel. Which is this, Discord, webhooks, and create.
Mm-hmm.
And
But you have this option only as admin.
yeah, so I think for posting, and even I think if you need that anyone can create as many webhooks it needs, I can imagine that you can give them the permission, not on the Pharo server. You would be necessary to ask someone to create such rule, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And all the best, yeah. Yeah, so for posting, the recommendation is to use the webhooks, because the bots are used for more complicated things, that you need to receive messages, to analyze them, process them, and then do some action accordingly.
Actually, I just realized that I have like admin rights on this Smalltalk UA channel, and I can actually, I can give this access for webhooks. There is an option, like if you go to permissions, then you can, for every user, you can choose if you give him option to manage webhooks or no.
Okay.
So yeah,
Can I see it also?
Yeah, if you go to a channel where you are admin, for example, here.
Invites, I have just overview.
Okay. So for me,
So
it's
you
like
have-
overview, permissions, and webhooks.
Okay, so you have this option. I don't have it, so you can see that it really depends how it is set up. And so maybe you just realize what you
Yeah.
need.
Okay. Yes, that was basically my question.
Okay. And the bots are interesting, but just if you really need to, feed the bot with the information from the Discord, then you need the bot. If you just need to post on the Discord, the best is the client.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so any other thing?
Any questions? Okay.
No?
So
Okay.
thank you very much for your lecture.
Thanks. It was nice. Have a nice night.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
Bye.
See you.
See you soon.